especially want to introduce Janice Arnold-Jones, who is running, as we all know, for governor. Doug Turner, who is also running for governor. And although I'm certain all of you know both of them, I do want to remind you that the Rio Grande Foundation is sponsoring a governor's candidate forum 1 week from tonight at the Albuquerque Museum from 6, I believe it is, yeah, 6 to 8. So we would love to see you there. You can register online, you know where our website is, riograndefoundation.org. I'd also like to introduce Paige McKenzie, who also works for the Rio Grande Foundation. She handles our New Mexico Votes website, and some of you have known Paige for a lot longer than I have, but she is a very astute lady, and I always enjoy listening to her opinions and her thoughts, and we're thrilled that she's still with us. So, who am I looking for? Corey. Corey Davis is in the back. He's one of our interns. We have Luke. Tell me how to say it again. DeGreuter?
DeGreuter, yeah.
Another one of our interns here today. And we, I don't know what we do without them. They help us not only with the silly things like setting things up, but they do a lot of policy research for us. I know that they are a huge asset for Paul. He really depends on them to do the research, the data accumulation that needs to be done, and so we are grateful that they're with us. Corey, how long have you been with us now?
A little over a year.
A little over a year, so Corey's our senior intern. And I'd like to introduce our board member who's here tonight, Vic Bruno. So we're glad to have Vic here. Just a quick word about Vic. He donates unbelievable amounts of time to us. He has handled our books for years. And if you know Paul and me, you know that we really do need somebody handling our books. Even though I have a head for math and books, both of us are terrible at keeping records. And Vic has ended up with that pile. And we are actually going to be working with his wife, I believe.
Yes.
And she gets to take over the mess. And we are thrilled because we really want to be in compliance. We are a 501c3 and we want to make sure everything's in order. So we're thrilled to have you both working on that. Paul is not here tonight, and I bring his greetings to you. Most of you know that Krista and Paul are expecting a baby in about 2 months. And tonight was their childbirth class, one of their childbirth classes. So I tried to give him a hard time, but being a mother of 6 and having actually taught childbirth many, many years ago, it lasted about 2 seconds, and I just caved and said, of course that's where you need to be. And Krista wasn't giving him a choice anyway. So Paul sends his best regards and was very sorry that he couldn't be here. Jim Scarantino had planned to be here until early this afternoon. He and his wife evidently have that flu that's going around, and he was hoping it was only going to be her, but he got it too. So he sends his regrets and hopes that we all have a good time. I want to point out that we do have a silent auction going on. If you're interested in anything that's out here, feel free to ask questions because it's a little confusing. It's on all kinds of tables. But I really want to point out the political cartoons by Rex Barron. If you visit our websites, you will see Rex's political cartoons there. And I approached him about possibly selling his originals or copies of his originals, and he agreed to do so. This is our first attempt here at the silent auction, but we will be starting an online store where we will have some logo things as well as his art. It's unique. Some of it is very localized, and it might be kind of fun to hang on your wall. So please take a look. I think that's it. I'm going to give you about 10 more minutes, and it will be my pleasure to introduce a great friend of mine and a freedom fighter here in the United States, Jamie Story, who most of you have met because we've circulated her through the room. And being a former Miss Texas, she circulates on her own. But I will do a formal introduction of her in about 10 minutes. So please enjoy yourself, and then we'll be back. Thank you so much for being here.